Okay, I'll make my YouTube on my iPad, because then I can look at myself and it fills up the whole screen. I've noticed by now. Okay. Whoa. I'm too sexy for this sweater. Too sexy for my body. Too sexy for my body. That's a good one, beloved. I do crack myself up. Shout out to Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres, did you take the adrenochrome? I hope not. Whatever, I fucking love her. Who the fuck knows? Doesn't matter. It's none of my business, actually. I'm in charge of my soul, apparently. And you're in charge of yours. And you know what? God has mercy. Turns out. So, thus, therefore, no worries, mate. As my guru, my sat guru. See, now I can look at myself and be like, okay, so I'm putting on some gardenia lotion because my hands from my dishwashing experience lately have made them a little bit rough and dry, darling. So what I'm doing is yeah, I mean, everybody loves Jimmy Fallon and Ellen DeGeneres and freaking, what's her name? The lady that's like more of the dark colored of the skin. Fucking so hilarious. She's gay. You know what I'm talking about. She featured on Curb Your Enthusiasm for a moment. I love her. Anyway, whatever. It'll come to me. Shout out to Sharonda Kumar for this lovely art. Isn't that cool? I think it's so great. I like that art. I'm doing my art. Like my art. Can you see what it says in there? Mom, are you watching? Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel yet? Don't be afraid, mother. I can't punch you from here. I can do the bump. Don't worry. It'll be okay. God is unconditional love, apparently. Because if God allows the crazy fucking shit that's been going on here, child trafficking, fucking alien implant, soul scalping, fucking, you know what soul scalping is? You don't want to know. I'm gonna tell you anyway. You can, if you want to mute right now, go ahead. Soul scalping, according to Alana Danon's book about the alien races. You might want to check out Alana Danon's YouTube channel. That's called an accent attack. Accent attack. Accent attack. Accent attack. Okay, what it says in here? It says very important cryptic. 𝒖𝚘𝒏𝒕 Om. Excuse me. I should see if I can turn it around. Oh, not right now. Sometimes he has superpowers at one point that later on are switched to different superpowers. You know what I'm saying? Batman. So this, I like my art. I like Teal Swan's art. I like art. This kind of reminds me of Teal Swan's. Like, we're all just like, you know what I mean, Teal? You know what I'm saying? But you know what I do? I have so many scraps of paper. And look at, this is how much one side of my paper is white. In other words, the other side, they all have, you know, black type letters on them, okay? So what's on the back of this one is, turns out, just by the, what does it say? I'm gonna screenshot that. I'm thousands of students I currently true and trade for Bitcoin. Okay, whatever. So I don't care. I'm already so rich. I mean, what am I gonna do with all? I'm gonna go out and go shopping. Whoa, who? That's fun. Okay, so what's really cryptic about this whole freaking prophetic, freaking metaphoric, symbolic, freaking off the charts Bhagavad Gita divinik is that my dear friend Anton Mizrak, who lives here in town, he's like old school hippie, like him and Laura are so cool. He came here in whatever, 74 I think it was, if I remember correctly, and this is before he was with Laura. He literally bought the land that he's living on right now, still, presently. It was for like $4,000 back then. It's a raw piece of land, right? So then he did all the, you know, putting the well in and the freaking like going out in the woods and finding scraps of at the dumpster or whatever. Like Laura was telling me, just like he like, you know what I mean? Fucking, excuse my French, built that merde. Is there a word in French for fuck? Fuck is just fuck. There's merde is shit. 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕 wants to send you a message. Well, sorry, not right now, because if I do that, then I'll be cutting off my YouTube. I'm prioritizing myself at the moment, okay? I'm sorry if that seems selfish. Mom or brother or husband, lover / children, whatever. Tiger lily. Sometimes you just have to take a moment. I'm taking a moment to myself, darlings, right here, right now. If I can remember and capture this moment of myself, darling. Who cares anyway? It's all fleeting, it's all temporary, there's only the now. It continues to drag on and on, it's just always now. And then there's now again. I mean, I watch my YouTubes and I laugh at myself, so that's good. It's a good sign. I'm gonna have some of my mud. We're the Mudsters. You wanna know what's in this? If this is the first time you ever watched me on a YouTube, because let's say you finally got turned onto my YouTube channel and you're like, I'm gonna watch the latest one, right? So I have to kind of keep everyone a little bit up to date about what's in here. And you might already know, and you'd be like, oh my god, I have to hear the ingredients again. I'm already like, if I hear the ingredients again, I'm gonna freaking have a wonderful bowel movement. Okay, so good one, good save there, beloved. Because you know what's the #1 cause of death? Colon cancer. Okay, what does that mean? People really, literally are full of shit. Actually, like, they're impacted in their colons with fecal matter. And I have to say, I have done the Rise and Shine program many. I did it so much, as I've been determined to heal myself of like a limp I've had for since I was 25, 26. I'm 51. It's a long time. I mean, no, has anyone else limped for that long? No, I think people usually get hip replacements after that first excruciating, torturous 10 years. Usually by the 3rd year or something, or on painkillers. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of a badass. That's why 𝚖𝚘𝚘𝚌 was like Mark Neese one time when he pulled me aside during that crucial interaction we've had. We haven't had that many actual third dimensional talks, honestly. Like, for instance, I would like to ask him what happened when the 𝚖𝚘𝚘𝚌 Foundation, I need more of a bouffant, darling. My hair is just like, where's my hairdresser? There we go. Now I look like William Shakespeare's, I mean, not William Shakespeare. I mean, 𝚖𝚘𝚘𝚌 was William Shakespeare, but remember that movie about Mozart? And his, like, they wore hairstyles like that back then, right? And then you put like a little clip right there, and then you put the weird hat. Oh wait, there we go. The weird hat. Here's my weird hat. Right? You have like that little piece right there. So Hollywood. And then you go like that, right? Darling, do you like my fashion statement, darling? I'm too sexy for this video. My arm is sewing you so. Okay, I have to turn on the heater. Yeah, I haven't smoked pot, made love, or masturbated at least since 8/8, but the last 2 nights that I had was May 2nd with Jeremiah. You can check him out on Jeremiah's journey. He has a YouTube. He finally has his 1,000 subscribers. Anyway, shout out to Jeremiah. Did you know that I was publicly going to share your information? So if I mention your name, don't sue me. Try Christ consciousness instead. He basically forgave everything, you know, just like, you know what, so what? Who's made love to who? I hope we've all made love and fucking love each other already by now. How many times do we have to massacre and kill each other? I mean, seriously, come on. Enough already. Let's just have peace on earth. Can we just try it? Darling, I must touch my neck right now. Okay, so, back to my hairstyle. What am I talking about? Jimmy Fallon? The Jimmy Fallon show? It's so funny now because now that everybody has a YouTube channel, I mean, let's just say a lot of people do. Like, how many people are preferring the actual, like, non-Hollywood TV style show, reality show like this? I'm up and close. We're talking about my mud. We're the Mudsters. Did you see that super extremely hot photo of 𝚖𝚘𝚘𝚌𝚘𝚘, like with all the tattoos and the fucking nose ring and the fucking, and he's like drinking what looks like this fucking mud. Okay, so again, here's the ingredients. You ready? List them on the YouTube. Is somebody helping me out on the other side over there? You scribing this so we can get these videos out of ASAPers. Okay, this has got first chia. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have chia. Chia is in my porridge, my oatmeal. Okay, this is not chia. It's hemp seeds that I simply pour into the blender. However much you want. It depends on how concentrated you want your hemp milk. Okay, you just buy some hemp seeds, preferably organic. Okay. Now I'm like a Jewish New Yorker, so preferably get the cheap kind from grocery outlet. They're organic and lovely, darling. You stick them in the blender, you put in some water, you blend it up. So now you got this frothy milk, great for cappuccino. You know what I'm saying, if you're trying to be vegan. So, what I do is I'm like half vegan, half not. So, because thanks to Christina Fully Raw, she inspired me to have a raw vegan cafe because I had so much pain in my body. I broke my hip. I fell off a bike when I was 25 in Boulder, Colorado. Remember the Flatirons? Shout out to Thor. He's out there. Thor was one of my lovers because I've never been married except to 𝚖𝚘𝚘𝚌𝚘𝚘. Testify, baby, testify. Oh yeah. I've never had children or been married. Okay. There's only one other man I wanted to marry. That was Freedom, aka the reincarnation of Jim Morrison. Nothing ever happened. We had one kiss and a dream. I never wanted to have his children. When I basically announced I'm married and having a baby with 𝚖𝚘𝚘𝚌𝚘𝚘 without third dimensionally actually discussing it with him. It was all telepathic. It was all on the telepathic psychic level, darling. Which is exactly how I like to live, because then there's no more doubt and like, it's not like, oh, I wonder what he's thinking about. Is he thinking about that hot fucking chick over there? Motherfucker. No. I know. If you're telepathic, then, I mean, can he have his own private secret thoughts? We're all free, aren't we? If you love somebody, you set them free. That doesn't mean you love that they love somebody else. If they really want to make, if your lover, husband, partner really wants to make love to somebody else, there's nothing you can do about it. All of your jealousy, possessiveness, and anger is going to make it worse. But let me get back to the ingredients of this. Thank you. Stay on topic, beloved. I'm so tangential. Ow. Sometimes my glasses hurt behind my ears, so it's just time to take them off. Okay. So, it's not necessary to describe the ingredients anyway. So good. Are you taking screenshots now? No, I don't have any makeup on whatsoever. I didn't even brush my teeth since... I know I haven't even coconut oil pulled today, but I just like had to go blah, 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 blah. You can't do that while you're coconut oil. You can't be like... Can you speak light language? Here's a little light language transmission for you from the Andromeda, Arcturian, Pleiadian, Syrian, Lyran, Venusian, Galactic Federation of Worlds. With some African Zoruba tribe in there. Tribe. That's what this is. This is tribe, okay? Back to this. So, since I went with the hemp seed ingredient first, we'll also go that there's organic half and half in here as well, see? So I'm like, Shiva Shakti. It's like, well, wait, you were vegan, now you're not. But you were for a second at least. The point is, if you bless your food, if you bless the substances that are in your mouth, darling, that you're putting in your mouth, darling, if you bless with the deepest gratitude, love, fortitude of the divine consciousness that is possible at any time, possible, most, deepest, highest love, gratitude possible, then what you do is you actually transmute whatever might be disturbing the consciousness of the individual. Therefore, you always say, thank you, God bless this food, transmuted the biological and flame, divine love, purify, perfect, balance, harmonize every cell in my body. Thank you. Because I've been like, what's his name? Dr. Emoji, Mojo, who's no longer in third dimensional form, remember? He translated. He literally proved how even if you put like on the, let's say, you know, you have a cup of water, for instance, or this mud, which I still haven't finished the ingredients of, I'm very well aware of that. Don't worry, you won't lose your place in line. You are the line, you are the one, you're the place, you're the line, you're the love, you're the one, always God's one, you're always God's one, okay? So let's say, that's a full moon, darling. Let's say that I taped the word perfect health on here, or love, or peace, or something that's positive oriented, as opposed to like fucked up, angry, hatred, you know, whatever, negative emotions, that literally, when they look under the microscope at the actual substance, the cellular, you would say the sacred geometry X matrix makeup of that substance, words such as love, peace, beauty, all these things, literally just taping the word on the actual container of a plant, of a beverage, anything positive. If it's positive, it comes out into a perfect sacred geometric design, like a snowflake. And you know what they consider to be the most beautiful? You would think would be love, wouldn't you? What's the most beautiful snowflake word? Peace. Peace is like the 0 point, right? Like, just the void is the emptiness, it's the golden silence, it's the shanti, 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 shanti. This station's been on, it's like freaking hilarious, I love it. So, speaking of the hilariousness of peace, so we're at Om Mani Padme humming, chanting up this one. And again, the next ingredient, this is the daintiest of the ones, because the cup of tea I had before this was the Blue Lotus Turmeric Chai with the horsetail ginger. This now, wait till you hear all the ingredients in this. I'm gonna change my hairstyle before I continue on with this one. So, again, it is hemp seeds half and half. That's as far as we've gotten. Then we of course got the horsetail ginger. Okay, the horsetail is harvested from here in the lovely head of the Sacramento River that flows all the way down to how freaking far? All the way down to the bottom of South America. I mean, what? Where does it stop? Please tell me. Please report in. Please. You can't comment on my videos, so fuck off. Fuck you in a good way. Fuck yourself in a lovely way, darling. You are the self you've been searching for. Okay, so do you like this? Do you like this look? It's pretty groovy. Where's my earrings? They're all upstairs. But anyway, we're not going up there right now. What I was saying is that the ingredients. Oh, you know what? Sometimes I feel a little bit of a chill. It gets the coldest before the dawn. Which it's still, dawn is still not till what, 7 a.m.? You know what? I can check on Shazam. You guys know about the Shazam app? Oh, it's 5:44. Screenshot. Okay. So I am checking on Shazam what this song is, just to show you how it works, because I just downloaded it and I'm excited about it. I heard about it years ago, but since I'm a DJ Happy Dancy Yum. That's my DJ name. Happy Dancy Yum. Yummy Dance. Happiest Yummy Dance. Okay, so press it. I've never heard the song before. It is Dancing in the Rain, US version. Guess what, guys? Oh, it's Engelbert Humperdinck. It's not Humperdinck, it's Humperdinck. Anyway, in school about this song right now, because I've never heard of it before. Is he still alive? What's his name? Humperdinck? Engelbert Humperdinck. I'm gonna Google and see if he's still alive. Bird Humperdinck. Not Angry Bird. Not Angry Bird. Engelbert. Engel. Engelbert Humperdinck is alive? Question mark. Does anyone know? He was born May 2nd, 1936. May 2nd, dude. That's when I freaking received the name Beloved Christ. Is that when 𝚖𝚘𝚘𝚌𝚑𝚘 ascended in the 1700s too? Was it May 2nd? Known professionally as Engelbert Humperdinck, is a British pop singer. His singles Release Me and The Last Waltz both topped the UK single charts in 1967. Oh, the year that Jermaine Marquise Jess Barno, his skateboard named Barno. That was the year he was born, 1967. Selling more than 1 million copies each. Humperdinck. Is that too sexy to even say on a children's video? Humperdinck. Anyway, scored further major hits, including Am I That Easy to Forget? And A Man Without Love. Okay, what I'm asking though is when did he freaking die? Engelbert is alive and kicking and is currently 85 years old, because 1936, 2021, so 21 years there. Let's say it was 1940, there's another 60, that makes 81. He's still alive, you guys. Let's fucking, I wanna go to an Engelbert Humperdinck concert with my husband, Mark. Let's just call him Mark. The Mudsters. I've never even dated a Mark. Besides him. I mean, have we dated? We've been dating. I mean, every time you hang out with somebody, are you dating them? That's what me and Lauren Willow Fox, we'd be like, if we're hanging out, we're on a date. Haha. You guys are all been cheating on each other. I love dancing in the rain. I used to, when I grew up on Prickly Mountain. Let's cover up this eye, I know. But I used to be a kid on Prickly Mountain. Excuse me. See, the bile is coming up. I need a tissue. It's time to move on from this spot, darling. We must carry on, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more, no. Okay, this bile is under my tongue, just in case you were wondering. That's why you like watching me, because you like to know my every move. Because I'm a rainbow, and you're a rainbow too. Transparency. I have nothing to hide, you guys. I mean, once you've live Facebook masturbated with your violet wand, I mean, you're so far gone. You're like, did any of you people in town, I remember this one time, fucking Yodge Chase. I don't know, it was like, what, a month ago or something? And we always had a great, I mean, I've never had any weird, whatever. He's just a sweetheart. And like, he made a remark, which, just to remark, just to make me aware of the fact that he very much caught some of my striptease, because I think I was wearing, I think back then you had to wear a mask. So yeah, it was definitely a couple months ago. Look, I'm gonna put on my windsong cloak made of, here, let's lower this, made of velvet, purple velvet. Fucking $400 she made me this. Of course I told her what I wanted, but she's like, you know, it's gonna be difficult to wash. Well, I've only worn it, I mean, seriously, I've worn it like 3 times, I'm not kidding. Even though I've had it since I was with iWill, so that means, you know, at least 8 years or something ago. Check this out, you guys, freaking gorgeous. Shout out to Windsong. Okay, check this out. Velvet, and then it's got wool, white wool. So, I mean, if I have a baby with 𝚖𝚘𝚘𝚌, for instance, that baby is suckling on my breast, which is probably pleasurable. I could just be like secretly getting my breast suckled right now. Okay, so what I'm saying is, once you've, you know, danced with a thong on your strip tease pole live on Facebook with 6-inch heels on, with your ass up in the freaking air, and then you proceeded to take your violet wand made by Tesla. You know who Tesla is? From Venus. Yeah, I was gone. I mean, listen, you have to understand, I had received $16,000 from the government in December. Yeah, I can't wait to tell that story. That's good. I love how Jermaine's right there. And Mother Mary. Thank you, Fawn. That's a Mother Mary that Fawn gave me. And she also made that hat, which has Mother Mary on it, Guadalupe. And that's like my Burning Man fucking cowboy hat. So, the point is, I still didn't even finish what the ingredients are. Let me just finish that off. Hemp seeds, half and half. Organic, half and half. The horsetail tea is made with the ginger tea. Then what I do is I make pu'er from Master Wong from Santa Cruz that Bilal gave me after Master Wong passed away. Master Wong apparently was married with children and was having sexual intercourse with younger women. Just saying. I mean, I'm not trying to gossip. I'm just simply sharing that, I mean, I haven't orgasmed or made love since May 2nd, May 3rd, whatever. And I'm feeling kind of better than ever. And then that's what Thor said. My boyfriend, that used to be my boyfriend, Thor, my lover. I mean, I wouldn't even, see, now he wasn't included in the list of 6 major relationships. So that's how brief that was, you know. That was more like a fling. Even though it was profound. I mean, he was actually Thor, like, check this out, you guys, this is so tripped out. So he's been calling me regularly, and he has like this phone that is so fucking like, I mean, he is such a character. Oh my, they wanted him to play Thor on Hollywood. I mean, he actually is Thor. He's 6'4". It looks like he's a supermodel, blonde, fucking surfer, gorgeous, you know what I mean? And like, what a character as I am. And Mark Neese, man, fucking ridiculous. Anyway, absurdly freaking knowledgeable. You're just like, okay, I'm just gonna like shut my mouth so I can just listen to him because I like his voice and I like the sound of his voice. So what can I say? I'm like hanging on his every word, darling. I've never done that like I have with him, so that's why I wanted to marry him and have this baby. Simply put. Boom. Shocking. Nothing more to say. Goodbye. Good night. No, I'm gonna continue on. So again, let's just finish with the ingredients though. Okay? Remember where we were? The pu'er. Pu'er story. Then we went off on about Master Wong's sexuality and like, beloved, it's none of your fucking business. Why do you have to know this shit? Because you know why? Because I'm a psychiatrist, therapist, whatever. We all just talk. You know what? I didn't pay to go. My mom was always trying to get me to pay to go to therapy because she thought I was such a mad cray-cray, which I am, obviously, but this is how I get my therapy. Like that time when I left Iwil's niece's wedding that time in Texas, because he was drinking and he was just like, and his kids were there, were all of them there? Yeah, I think all of them were there. Yeah, they were all there, all 4 of them. And like he was kind of, you know, lit up a little bit, you might say. And we're sitting there and he proceeds to tell how much he misses the mother of them, the 4 children. And I got offended by that. I was so offended I left the fucking wedding. I fucking got in a plane, went back to the hotel room, packed up my stuff, and got to the airport and just fucking tried to, you know, buy a plane ticket. I was just so hurt that he wished that she was there with them. Now, looking back, I haven't had children yet. If I was in his shoes with his 4 children, I can totally understand him feeling that way. Shima's, the mother of his children, is awesome, and they're all awesome children. And he was just simply you know, and I was pissed when he wanted to put pictures of her and all the kids up on the walls of our house. Well, it's actually his house. It was never in my name, and it never was going to be and never will be. You know, that's for him, for his children. But the point was, like, I didn't like that he wanted to have pictures of her in our house. That's how I was. I didn't have pictures of fucking Thor and Steven and Matthias and, you know, whatever, Owl. I didn't have pictures of them up on my room. And I just was like, I don't want your mothers of your children or whatever. I just, you know. But at the same time, it's just like we're here to love each other. And I think that's what's beautiful about our new technological sharing, is that we can be, you know, I can call anybody at any time. And it's not like, you know, I think, what do I want to say? Just like, we really are all one big family. And so if you're jealous of your partner and you're afraid that they're going to, like, get back together, fuck their ex-partners and stuff, or you're jealous that they're having a secret affair or whatever, that as long as you feel that way about them and you're suspicious, you're actually, not only are you probably not telepathic with them, you're also actually afraid of yourself doing that, because you're just projecting. So here I was like always afraid maybe that, like, you know, when Laurel, the mother of his son Kuma, was calling like every day, and she, you know, we weren't very friendly with each other, she'd always just be like, hi, it's me, you know, and I was always just like annoyed by it. God, so annoyed. She lived like, you know, half a mile down the road or whatever. That when they're all like with the door closed, Kuma and Will and Laurel are all laughing and having a little ball on the phone. Like, I was just always felt left out and pissed off and irritated and frustrated and angry and jealous. That's how I felt, and that fucking sucked. But if I had children, I would want to be in that pleasant, fun, laughing dynamic. And it was because of me, actually, that they even started hanging out again. When I got together with Will, I was like, no, he didn't want to have anything to do with Laurel. And I wanted her to come to Thanksgiving dinner with Buzz, her partner at the time. And I made sure that all four of us were fucking hanging out. So I'm the one that initiated us all being friendly. So I've just had this consciousness, like, I don't want to hate. I know what it's like to hate someone, and you're always trying to avoid them, and you're always just trying to be like, and they're just trying to, like, hope they don't see you and the whole fucking thing. And, like, sucks. So I was like, you know, no, we're going to, you know, I got it that he didn't want to get back together with her, so I didn't need, I mean, I knew that I was the queen of the world. I didn't need him to, you know, prove, I wasn't insecure in that way, but what it was like, when you have a partner, when Will was my partner, I wanted more of his attention. But he had all these children, and he had his ex-wives, Shima and Laurel, would call all the time. Because when you have children with somebody, you're always connected to them. Now, my mother, when she left Stosh for the final time, she didn't want to talk to him again. She didn't even give me and my brother the letters that he sent us. He didn't give us a dime, which maybe is why she felt more just like, fuck him. He doesn't get to see the kids if he can't even send a fucking dime, which my dad lost it after my mother left. I mean, he was a psychiatrist. This was in New Zealand. She left the house and the Corvette, the yellow Corvette, which they had to go to the airport to fill that up with the kind of gas that was very expensive. It was a yellow Corvette. And, like, when she finally took off to America, which we stayed here, we never went back. I never, you know, I was like, when we get back, I get the top bunk. I told my brother, we never went back. Then I had a meltdown on our ride in the VW. We were transporting a VW tan Rabbit from San Francisco to Princeton, New Jersey, where my godparents were, which she had met in Italy when she traveled there when she was like 19. She never went to college. I don't even think she graduated high school. But my mom is brilliant and very intelligent, so goes to show. And so the point is, you know, when I haven't had children yet, but when I do with Jermaine, like, of course I'm gonna want to be in well, you just are in the dynamic you're in, and there's karma. And I mean, obviously, there's people that go to court and fight over their children for years. I don't know why they would fucking spend all that fucking money on lawyers and courts. And I mean, even after Steven beat me up and raped me and gagged me and tied me up and duct taped me, and like, I still fucking love that guy because I actually scripted that. Like, we were best friends. We were both Tibetan monks together with a guru in Tibet. And I just love, he's a Leo, and Steven's adorable. Everybody loves Steven, even if he's like says nasty things about you. There's just something adorable, and he's just charismatic. He sings awesome music, and I love him. And I hated him for a year after that happened, of course. But I also like realized that I had actually pre-scripted this lifetime to include that he was part of, because he did that, I had my Christing and my Kundalini awakening, and I became beloved Christ. If he had never tied me up and beat me up and raped me and done all these things that to him was actually sexy. And you know what? I was watching this thing about sex, and like, there's different kinds of people. Some people actually get turned on, as we know, by, getting whipped or getting handcuffed. People definitely find that sexy. I am not one of those people, okay? So, I don't like anal sex. I don't want a rubber fucking cock up me either. I have a dildo. It's made of 𝑺𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕 crystal that I got at Soul Connections. And I'd had many, 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 many exquisite, that's extreme and exquisite in the same word, exquisite orgasms with that dildo. I mean, if you don't know what an 𝑺𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕 is, AURALITE 23, it is like the 7th age, golden age crystal bomb, fucking 23 different kinds of crystals in it, which I don't even remember all the names of, but you can Google it. You can goggle it. Goggling. So, oh yeah, tea. Back to the tea. Okay, let's finish this. Okay, ingredients of this Mudsters. It's got, do I have to list it again, you guys? Hemp seeds, half and half. Horsetail, ginger, pu'er. Then, so in my original warm, yummy, spicy, gingery chai, I just had honey. And I love, at grocery outlet, they had a tray, a square clear box of the beeswax honeycomb with the honey. And I always liked that stuff since I was a kid. I loved honeycomb honey. So when I saw it at grocery outlet, I was just like, fuck yeah, because you can eat the wax. I mean, that beeswax is great for everything. You can make candles with it. You can shove it up your whatever. So, anyway, I ran out of the honeycomb honey, but I had that usually. And you'll see little pieces of the wax floating. When you just chew on it, it's fucking, I love that shit. And then, that's probably like the propolis and stuff. And then, but this time it was a raw dank honey I just bought in a glass jar. Like, the packaging of like the hot salsa, organic salsa, is changed now to like glass. Like, people are moving from plastic to glass. And what's nice about that is you can reuse the containers for your own potions and magical, mystical elixirs. Recycle, baby. So, then it has, so that's what, and so then this has a lot of different sweeteners. So it doesn't have honey. Sometimes it does. No, this one I think does actually. It has the other kind of honey that I just mentioned. And, well, the reason why is when I put the pomegranate syrup in here that I bought, which looks like it's from like Israel or something. Like Ray's in Mount Shasta has a nice selection of like ethnic food, like there's a Mexican, Chinese, Thai, Italian, whatever, like Greek. So then you can, get these exotic ingredients. So I bought this pomegranate syrup. I also have an actual pomegranate that I bought from Berryvale, but this pomegranate syrup, when you put it in there, it actually makes the hemp seeds curdle and the half and half. Okay? Well, that's why what I did is I pour it into the blender and froth it up because the pomegranate is curdling is what it is. And so then I just put the hemp seeds in with that, and then monk fruit. So, and also the pomegranate actually is sour. So that's why the amount of sweeteners I put in it balance out the flavor, make it perfect. So pomegranate syrup, date syrup, which I just got at grocery outlet, monk fruit sweetener, which is a powder, and blackstrap molasses, organic blackstrap molasses, which when I was listening to fucking this dude right here, 𝔖𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕, me and Kimberly went to his show in Asheville, North Carolina in the autumn of, we're listening to Engelbert Humperdinck. He's been playing since like yesterday. When I announced, remember I was showing, my last video was showing 𝔖𝚘𝚘𝚌𝚑𝚘𝚎, he has a list of like what Ascended Masters come on what songs. And so like, I think it was on page 2. I was like, there was a kids one, it was Engelbert Humperdinck. And then like, but then I wanted to listen to Beethoven. We listened to, because that was like the third one down, was like the Beethoven Symphony, 5th Symphony. And then I that's such a popular one. I went da 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 da, right? And I was like, okay, I know that one, because there's so many listed on there I'd never even heard of, like the first 2. So then I opened to the next page, and it was like the children's one, and it was Engelbert Humperdinck, and I was thinking it was going to be classical music. I didn't know. I hadn't heard of him. Sounds like the mermaids are surfacing from their depths of their deep, scary, paranoid. They were paranoid for a reason, because fucking surface humans were definitely terrorizing and torturing them. Don't make me cry. And the unicorns too. Still exist. When the animals are abused and tortured, they leave the surface because they don't want to be here anymore. You know, Fawn, she's my dear Gemini friend. I have no Gemini or Sagittarius in my chart. Like, some of my besties are Fawn and Lauren, who both sing with me. Me and Lauren have so I decided my band is Beloved and the Pure Love Band. Lauren coined the name Lemurian Lighthouse, so that's her band, the Lemurian Lighthouse Band, which as far as I know, consists of me and Lauren. I don't know if she's invited anybody else. I haven't talked to her this morning. And then Sanande's band, which we have a gig December 2nd at what was the Temple of Intention, is now called 𝐶𝒐𝒏𝒕, run by Jennifer Marshall. And she hasn't even had the grand opening yet. So after Soul Connections, Ethan, the son of Catherine and Bruce, banned me. And that was also when I saved that girl's life from Beirut, Lebanon. If it hadn't been all awkward and weird, the way Lauren's drum circle was, and like if Oksana, her partner, hadn't said that I was 40 minutes late, and then I just was like, I'm out of here. I wasn't welcomed. The doors were locked. And I mean, there's this, okay, so every day at the Heart Light Center, which is a beautiful new store in town, they actually have, I think since March, maybe is when they opened. I don't know exactly. Thanks to Cody, he was like, because my ears have been clearing because of the horsetail tea. I'm not finished even with that, did I? Yeah, I was talking about the blackstrap molasses because of 𝔖𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕, because one time 𝔖𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕 was like, I fucking love 𝔖𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕. He was like, I want some brown sugar, right? And I was all just like so in love. I was thinking that Jermaine, aka Mark Jess' niece, aka Barno skateboarder, named 𝚖𝚘𝚘𝚌𝚘𝚘𝚘, is actually 𝔂𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕. Because 𝔂𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕 is so brilliant, and like and 𝚖𝚘𝚘𝚌𝚘𝚘𝚘 is all about Bigfoot. He has a whole book about Bigfoot, the over 800 names of Bigfoot. It's fucking hilarious. I mean, you read those names. That's all it is names that have been given to Bigfoot. It's freaking hilarious. You want to think I'm funny? Like, he is so fucking funny. So anyway, Cody, my ears get blocked up. If I do that, it's like hot air. You can hear the noise. I'm clearing out, like, whatever. My body is an instrument of the Most High, darling. I am God in action in me now. So, where was I? I was right here, right now. Fawn. Yeah, Gemini. Right. So, gig, right? December 2nd. Getting kicked out of Soul Connections. Awkwardness made it so that I saved someone's life. I was born in Auckland, New Zealand. Is that awkward? 𝚖𝚘𝚘𝚌𝚘𝚘𝚘, when he gave me a Reiki session, which I dreamt about when I was with I dreamt. Because when I met 𝚖𝚘𝚘𝚌𝚘𝚘𝚘, before I even knew what 𝚖𝚘𝚘𝚌𝚘𝚘𝚘 or the Violet Flame was, I already talked about that in another video. I met him at the Wellsprings in Ashland, Oregon at the Mystic Garden Party back when it was in the front meadow. And that's where Neil Donald Walsh, the author of Conversations with God guy, who's on the top, seller list, who is, brilliant, as we all know. He went from being, what do you call it, bum, homeless, collecting cans in order to survive. And he couldn't get a job he couldn't fucking get a job. He tried. And, like, no one would hire him. He exhausted himself just because he had a wife and family that left him because he just, like, fell apart. And I can relate. Like, all of a sudden, just, like, things can change on a dime. Next thing you know, I'm having a baby with 𝚖𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘. There's a baby suckling on my breast. Like, right now, this is where I'm at right now. Anyway, so... But I think it'll have the 9 months gestation period, and I want to have his cock third dimensionally, fleshly enter my... Well, like I said, cock is with pussy, yoni is with lingam, so his lingam, with the yoni, this is actually it's not gonna be an immaculate conception. And I've only said that at least 1,500 times, like, in this lifetime. I definitely want to actually have hot, erotic, tantric sex, lovemaking. Whoa, are you getting wet now? Are you getting a swing? So, I think I was a hermaphrodite in a past life, not in this one. So, what happened was, because I was banned, so Ethan just wrote me a text, the son of Catherine and Bruce, just saying, because of some complaints about your behavior, you are banned from ever playing, or coming into not ever, he didn't say ever, he said you're banned from playing and sharing at the Soul Connections Community Center. Well, it actually made me laugh, because I haven't done anything. My tea is kind of lukewarm, but anyway, it's okay. Because it's just like, and then Cody was with me. Cody, I've told you, is like Lancelot, if I'm Guinevere. Like, we're best friends, but we're never gonna make love, like, ever again. Ever. So once you already know what it's like. And, like, if it wasn't, like, epic off the charts baby making the first time, then it's apparently, I probably will get pregnant the first time Jermaine and I make love. I mean, it just seems like part of the, like, Christ lineage, fucking Rose lineage, fuck. I wasn't allowed to say fuck, so that's why it's such a wonderful word. I remember I was watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, I had never, and, like, everybody I talked to, they'd already fucking watched that, 20 years ago, and I'm, like, catching up with all you guys. And I'm laughing my ass off, because it was just, like, the first thing that came up on my HBO Max. It was Curb Your Enthusiasm, and I'm like, okay, I'll give it a try, whatever, I'll check it out, I'd never heard of it. And then I'm like, 45-minute episodes, and everyone is fucking hilarious. I love laughing. That's why I love Adam Sandler. He makes me laugh a lot. And he always irritated And turns out he's like one of my favorite comedians. So there you go. What kind of compatibility is that? So, I'm Nat King Cole and Michael DeSant. What? Missed it. Sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. There's nothing to forgive too, because it's all perfect. It's still nice, like, and that's what happens too. Why people stay stuck in arguments. It's just because one person doesn't want to say I'm sorry. And it's just like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you hate me because I'm beautiful. Everyone's beautiful. Everything is beautiful, as ugly or horrendous or horrific as it looks, whether it's child trafficking or just, ugh. Stuff that happens on this planet is absolutely horrendous. And it's been happening. This is God. Things fuck each other and things kill each other. And things are absolutely violently, terrifyingly horrible to each other. Whether it's, you know, birds on a ledge on the ocean fucking fighting over their, you know, their space with their partner, right? The males, right, will ram each other. The male giraffe will fucking, so gross. Like, they're like fighting with their necks and bleeding and fucking like, that's exciting and sexy. But then dolphins, they just all make love together. They don't, you know. So it's like, whatever. It's all God. It is what it is, you know. There is no right or wrong. There really isn't. It's yin yang. And, uh-oh, I hope I have a tissue. Nope. Excuse me. You can come with me if you want. Why not? It's up to me, isn't it? Okay, that's pulling on my hair in an uncomfortable way. Do you like my hair, darling? I henna it. When my mom had my sister when she was 45. Yeah, my mom had my sister when she was 45. Okay, how old am I? 51. When's the last time I had my moon? April. They say that your moon, if you haven't had your moon for a year, that you're like done with your menstrual cycle. Well, it hasn't been a year. It's been since April. So technically, I'm not in menopause, exactly. I paused from men, though. Like, so check this out. Who was it yesterday? Oh, Robert Potter. You know Robert Potter? He lives on the street next over to me. And he puts on the UFO conference, and he's old friends with Mark Neese. He was suggesting that they all have a foursome. One time, me and Jermaine were hanging out, and I was paying Jermaine to take me on tour to, like, cool things. There's, like, crustiness in my ear, just so you know. Like, this is draining from, this is healing. That's what it's doing. I'm not going to go to the hospital and have them stick drugs in there, okay? And I'm not going to have them fucking torture me with whatever fucking utensils and instruments they use, too. I'm going to naturally heal, which is actually pleasure heals. That's why I had all those orgasms, I was like, with the violet wand, because I felt like women have so been lacking adoration and worship and licking, specifically by their man. Like, how many blowjobs have I given? How many times have my pussy been licked compared to how many blowjobs I've been giving? Anyway, what I'm saying is the divine feminine has not been uplifted, worshipped, adored to the levels that where she's like, I mean, come on, there's still even clitoral mutilations and shit to this day. And you know why they do that? Is once a man removes the pleasure from a woman, she's not going to cheat on him. So in other words, he's fucking a hole and she's not getting pleasure. That's patriarchy for you. So yeah, it's like liquid hot wax is coming out of my ear and then like forming this crust. So then I can like put my Q-tip or my finger in there and scoop out the crust. So if you come over to my house, you're gonna be sitting in earwax crust, so don't come over. I'm just kidding. I'll use a Q-tip, but whatever, you know what I mean? I remember that time when Jermaine and I went out to eat at because these Mayan shamans had come over, and he leads tours, you know. I mean, he considers the ski bowl his living room, and there's a meadow up there called 𝔖𝚘𝚘𝚌𝚑𝚘𝚎 Meadow above, you know, Southgate Meadow. It was called swaha Meadow, but of course then squaw is kind of like cunt. You don't call someone a cunt or a nigger or a fucker. I mean, those are all supposedly like mean derogatory terms. Well, fucking whatever, get over it, you know. Motherfuckers, little fuckers, father fuckers. Are you a father fucker? In other words, you like it up the ass? Some people do. I don't. I tried it. I didn't. And supposedly there's anal orgasms. I just didn't like it, okay? I wanted to like it. I wanted to have an anal orgasm, but it didn't happen, okay? It was more just like me trying to get comfortable with it. Fuck that, okay? And if you have a really big dick, none of the men I've made love with that have big, larger dicks, those are like small, medium, large. The large ones, they don't try to stick it up my ass. Not one of them. The small to mediums do. There you go. Size doesn't matter. So yes, Jermaine has quite a, and I haven't even seen it in the third dimension. Literally, I've just seen it in my dream time. I would say it's a large cock. I would say it's perfect for me. So even though, anyway, I mean, I was getting off on a Tesla glass one that's this tiny. I've never had babies, so I'm just saying, like, yeah, strong cankles or whatever. I mean, one time when I was a stripper, I got fired from, I got fired from every job. From my striptease job in Boulder, Colorado. It was called the Bus Stop. That was the only striptease joint in Boulder, Colorado. In Denver, there was a few more. So there was this one. I was checking them all out because I needed to, once I got fired, I decided to keep working in Denver. So there's this, I don't remember what it was called. I ended up working at the Diamond Cabaret where you weren't even allowed to do floor work. That's why it was called the Diamond Cabaret, because I mean, none of the men could touch you when you did, like, when they pay extra $10 or $20 for their private dance. I wasn't grinding on their laps. It wasn't like that. They can't touch you. You can't touch this. And I know, so this other strip bar that I went to that was kind of like grimy, greasy, Kentucky Fried Chicken style or something. I don't know. This girl, it was naked. And, like, the girl, you know, with the strip pole, literally could pick up like a stack of quarters with her yoni. I didn't exactly want to master that skill, what can I say? I mean, that's cool. Shows you how it can just be like a mouth. Obviously, the yoni can do that, but yeah, so anyway, I mean, you know, you can put, oh, you know what? I just got this like download, like, okay, so I just got this flash, and what it felt to me was like, stop this recording right now. So that's what I'm gonna do. Don't worry. I know I left some things unfinished, but it's just an ongoing saga, darling. It's a drama, it's a comedy, like Shakespeare. 𝔖𝚘𝚘𝚌𝚘𝚘𝚌 was Shakespeare. Yes, he was. He's a wordsmith, to say the least. And anyway, yeah, the Reiki story. Okay, bye.